he had been dug into the soil of a large ornamental plant box. He was supporting a giant stalk of Ficus decora that was beginning to lean backwards. He could not imagine how he had ended up in this place. There must have been some mistake. There was the Nye. Where was the Nye craftsman who ought to have been expecting him? Where was the concerto and the opening night at the opera? He began to scream. No one answered him, for there was no one around except that dumb Ficus plant. Everything surrounding him was artificial. The air was cold and dry, blowing from an electrical unit on the wall facing him. It was not the gentle breeze he knew that blew on the banks of the Nile. The soil he had been dug into, and as he later came to know, was peat moss imported from Ireland. It was not that natural soil he grew up in, but a compost of dry leaves, branches, other organic material, and chemical additives. It was capable of absorbing water for longer periods than natural soil, thereby remaining moist, and it was completely free of insects, worms, and all other types of organisms. As for the music he sometimes heard when there was a dinner party in the house, it was a music that was very strange to him, played by electronic instruments he had never heard before, and emanating from another electrical unit into which the hostess popped a cassette at regular intervals. He decided to be a little more patient. Perhaps this was but a temporary phase, after which he would reach the talented craftsman he had known in his dreams. But days passed by and turned into months, then into years, and he was still dug into his artificial soil in the plant box in that elegant flat in Cairo, where no one paid him the least attention. He began to worry. Then his worry soon turned into real fear when he realized that his dream was not coming true. He then felt that the end was nearing, for rot was setting in at the base of his lower nodes that dug deep into the moist, lifeless moss. For the first time, he began to feel a homesickness for his previous life on the Nile banks in Upper Egypt, where there was the sunshine and the natural breeze, where autumn became winter and spring turned into summer, where there was the companionship of the local bamboo stalks and the birds and the fish and the river snails that had once surrounded him with warmth and comfort. He was now nostalgic for the sad strains of the Nile that floated from passing boats on the Nile, and for the croaking frogs that formed a rhythmical background for that pure, unadulterated melody. But what he missed above all was the black soil of the Nile, that bed of earth that had for thousands of years been the burial ground of ancestors, whether humans, animals, or plants, and for everything that lived upon it, enriching it and making it the most fertile of all soils. That black earth of the Nile that had been the first, that has seen the first gleams of civilization. That black earth that he would never see again, for once he left that elegant flat in Cairo, he would be thrown away as trash. Thank you.